Hi everyone. So a lot of you contacted me asking for a presentation on how to customize a template I have shared on presenting your cybersecurity program to the board. So this is a short video to show you how. So the template in itself has two sections. The first one is animated slides that show a simplified vision of the information system, the top 5 threat scenarios that can target it, and what is implemented to reduce those threats. The second section will be a risk quantification summary using the FAIR methodology to show the potential loss magnitude of cyber attacks and how the planned program can reduce the lost event frequency and the lost magnitude of those cyber attacks. So to frame the problem, and before that, first of all, bear in mind that this is not intended to be a deep dive on how to engage with your top management on cybersecurity, which in itself is a more complex topic. This is limited to show you a simple tool that you can use to initiate the discussion with them. For the problem in itself, imagine you are a cybersecurity officer or a cybersecurity consultant that have been tasked to present to the board a cybersecurity program without being too technical or too generic. And for the solution, so now for several years now, I had the opportunity to execute this exercise several times, and I have found that the 3 slides I showed you in the template works very well because it's animated and have a good level of storytelling. For the impact, this can be used to raise awareness to your board on cybersecurity and what is implemented to tackle this risk within the organization. And now for the presentation of the template. So first, I will show you how it looks, then I will show you how to customize it. The first section would be about understanding the information system, so an animated, simplified vision of the information system. And here you see that you have simplified what we call isometric animations with typically what you will find in an organization, so medium to big organization, so one data center at the second data center with some critical immutable backups that could be implemented in the second data center. This is on the cyber resilience part. And here you can add some names of applications that will be known by the management or by the business. So applications here that you could in the template customize. You will also have some client-facing applications. You can add also here the site of the organization, but also applications that are exposed to the internet. You will have some level of cloud hosting, so Azure, AWS or Google, that have some link to the data center. Again, here you could add the names of applications so that they can identify those applications where they are hosted. You will have SaaS application, but also mail and collaborative solutions. So for example, Office 365, that is outside those data centers but linked to them. And you could have remote sites that have direct connection to the data centers, and here we have put 2 remote sites A and B that you could customize if you have different types of remote sites. Headquarters that also would be different from the remote sites that have access to the data centers, and partners that would have also direct access to information system when it's applicable. You could show them also the employees with managed laptop, contractors with non-managed laptop, if it's the case for you, that will have also access through the headquarters to the application, but also to SaaS application and mail and collaborative solutions. And those same employees and contractors will also be in teleworking from home or from other offices. What you can also show at the end is the type of client that will be accessing to client-facing applications. So here we have two types that you can customize if you have different type of clients, but also partners. So this first section would be just a simplified vision of the information system, and you can see that a lot of those elements are applicable to a lot of organizations that would have two data centers, some cloud hosting, some remote sites, and people working from home or from the headquarters, and some SaaS applications. Now you can present the top 5 threat scenarios. And here the number of the threat scenario would indicate what we identify as the threat scenario priority. This symbol here that you see would describe the protection measure. And there are two status. Is it already implemented? Is it ongoing? Or is it planned for 2025 or 2026? The first one that you could use in terms of threat scenarios would be spear phishing that are targeting employees or contractors. So here we would have them in the headquarters and the teleworking. And since we are talking about spear phishing, we will also be showing the mails and collaborative solutions that are used. Here in terms of protection measure, this also can be customized, so email security, Proofpoint or other solution if you have, but also non-technical solutions like user awareness, phishing simulations, and dark web monitoring to reduce the spear phishing, to identify whom from the employees or contractors are using corporate email in other leaked databases. The second threat scenario that you could use is a threat actor compromising public-facing applications because it's exposed. And here it will target the application in itself, but also the client and partners in themselves. You could present a program of vulnerability management, and if you have something more advanced risk-based vulnerability management, you could present a program for security within project or security by design, the monitoring that you are executing on those public-facing applications, password policy and MFA for the access of the clients, but also dark web monitoring to evaluate the accounts that are used by those clients and partners if they are leaked in databases. Third point, cloud system, again, because this is something that is exposed to the internet, it can be third. And here, if it's applicable, you could present your cloud posture management program and cloud security monitoring on your cloud hosting. Fourth would be the most important one, also the one that have a lot of protection measures, which is the on-premise systems. And here you could talk about network segmentation within the data centers, but also between the remote sites and partners and the data centers, implementation of antivirus and EDR, Active Directory security, the immutable backup for the cyber resilience, external attack surface reduction, again the risk-based vulnerability management, and the monitoring. And you could show another animated vision about the monitoring to show that you are protecting mainly the data centers with this type of solutions. And the fifth, which is now a lot more common, would be third-party security. And here you could show if you have a third-party security program that is implemented. So this is the first section that is, as you have seen, see, is animated, and could a lot raise awareness to the board about understanding the information system, the top threat scenarios, but mainly the security measures, because those can be in themselves very technical to show, but presented this way can have some storytelling to be more comprehensible. Now the second section is a summary of the risk quantification using the FAIR methodology. So here again, it's a summary. So the evaluation is done elsewhere. And here we present only the results. In this part, you would have the two elements of the FAIR methodology, which is the loss magnitude in euro and the lost event frequency. So we imagine here that a cyber attack damaging the business would cause now 12 million euros and can happen once every 3 years. And you can say that your cybersecurity program has two phases. One, to strengthen the basics, so more in the protection part, which will reduce the lost event frequency, not necessarily the impact. And we will go from once every 3 years to once every 5 years following the phase 1. Then we will have phase 2, which is more towards cyber resiliency or resiliency, which is more on the impact part. So this could be a course in itself about cyber resilience, but it will target the amount of time to reconstruct the business, but also the business part that allow for the business to still work without IT during the attack. So here we will impact both the lost magnitude, but also the lost event frequency. So from 12 million to 4 million, and from once every 5 years to once every 7 years. And you could add some element about the programs. For example, how much in CapEx or OpEx will it cost? How many programs or projects are in the program? Those can be customized that you can use to define some of the elements of the program in itself. And you see with 3 slides, we have presented some awareness about the threat scenarios and what is implemented to reduce them. But also we have shown that we have done the work with a risk evaluation that is quantified, that show them in business terms how much they will lose and how much they will gain from the program. So 8 million possible gain from the program, and it will cost 4 million in terms of implementation. And you could add here, I have put a placeholder, so because a lot of time you will have specific questions about the program in itself, so more details about the budget, you could have this placeholder, but in an appendix that can be shared to the board within the presentation, not presented, but shared later after the presentation to show them the details of the FAIR quantification, but also the details of the program. Now to show you how to customize the template. So first, this is something I think that you all know. To customize the logo and the color scheme, you go to View, Slide Master, to the first slide, and here you can remove or put the organization you want to present to the logo. You can also review this part for the color scheme. And in the specific slide, you'll see that those are text that you can modify. So for example, you want to put on another application that is known within the organization, just put the text here. Same thing for all those parts here. Those are customizable. For the animation, you need to go to the animation panel and animation pen to have the vision on all the animations that are defined. And you can see that at the right side, they are scrolling with their numbers. And this you can use to review the animation and the schedule of each group if you want to change it. So for example, in the threat scenario, if you want the spear phishing to not be the first one that appear, you need to see all the groups that are presented within the spear phishing part. So here it will be group 1, 2, 4, and 5. So I guess 3 and 5. And you need to select each one of them and put them after the last one of the second threat scenario. So here the second would be compromising public facing application, and the end of those animation is 9. So if we play them, you'll see that it goes to 9. And after 9, which is this, we will have the third, which is compromising cloud system. So if you want the spear phishing targeting plugin to appear after the compromising public facing application, you need to take all these groups from 1 to 5 and put it after 9, so that it appears after the compromising public facing application. And the third slide is very basic, which is it's a presentation of where we are now and with each phase where we go. So this is very basic that you can understand. There are animation based on each phase that you could also use and customize. So that's it for the presentation. Don't hesitate to give me your feedback, or does it work for you, so that I can support you with bringing more value for the next presentations.